everyone, it's Nancy. I'm Paper Moon Tarot, and I'm starting by apologizing for being away for so long. It's been like 4 months or something since I've done a video. A couple of reasons, the main one being that we have a little vacation home now that we go back and forth between houses and spend half the time here and half the time there. And over there are all my tarot decks because we don't have room in this little house for them. And over here is our fiber optic connection, which is the best one for recording and uploading things. So I kind of struggle to carry over batches of decks and do them here, upload them here, do them there, and bring them here, the video here, and upload it. It's been a little confusing and kind of a pain to deal with. So again, I apologize for being away for a while. I'm sure you've all been tearing your hair out wanting to hear my content. I'm sure you've been fine. So anyway, I just have a bunch of decks that I've gotten in the meanwhile, and I thought I'd share them with you. Some of them have been around for a while, so you've seen them on other people's channels, and some are newer, so maybe they'll be a surprise to you. I'll start with Mr. Friborg's Tarocchi. This is the vintage edition. Nice tuck box, and it is a skeleton deck, which I've never had a skeleton deck. I heard someone review this and say, "Oh, I have a few skeleton decks," and I'm like, "Oh, is that a thing I'm supposed to have?" But anyway, this is the card backs. Really nice cardstock, nice matte cardstock, very good quality. It is basically sort of a Marseille style, antique vintage style deck, and made to look vintage with sort of the images kind of messed up in certain ways as if it's older. Um, it's got some very clever art, uh, and you'll see the skeleton faces there in this Three of Pentacles. Um, Pretty colors in it, kind of pastel pinks and purples and yellows. And so, if you're into a vintage deck that has good quality cardstock, interesting images, I'd say because of the vintagey look and the skeletons, that might be a good deck for around the autumn season, or for more serious reading, I guess. But definitely a beautiful deck, and if you collect decks, one worth having in your collection. And let's see, looking for some more majors to show you. The Hanged Man. King of Cups. So it's a pretty little antique vintagey style deck, sort of Marseille, sort of. I mean, not really, but the pips and the style and that style of Marseille. Some of them more so than others. So that is one that I've gotten. Now, next one is one that I got kind of collector's item mostly. It's from Baba Studios, who keep saying they're not going to do tarot anymore, and then they got one a couple of years ago based on that, and they keep doing tarot. But they do have beautiful decks, so I decided to get one more. And this is the Bohemian Gothic Tarot. Comes in a nice wooden box with metal latch. Um, so that's cool. And this sort of standard edition, there's no guidebook or anything. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. There is a little white book, but nothing to write home about. And the cardstock, they have great cardstock, nice and thin but substantial, good stock. That's the backs. And this, they have their traditional cold stamping. You can see the shine come off of it. but it is basically a matte cardstock with a cold foil stamping on it to give some shine. It is Gothic, so it's a little darker sort of imagery. It's the spookiest sun I think I've ever seen with this child glaring at you. Um, a lot of sort of poor-looking Victorian wretches. Yes. Uh, so if you like the very Gothic type thing and you want a really high quality deck that's probably something of a collector's item, then you could look into this one. But it's moody for sure. Uh, and I'm still getting to know it. So, um, but definitely quality all the way. And again, if you want the Gothic feel, um, it's an interesting one. Okay, let's look at a mass market deck. This is the Yokai Tarot. Came out a few months ago, I think, so you've probably seen videos on it, but it's a really nice low scarabeo, good packaging. Um, and good card quality. I really like the cards in this. They're matte, um, but very substantial feeling, and I like them. This is the backs. And this is based on Japanese mythology and legends. And I lived in Japan for about a year and a half at one point in time. So it was interesting to me because it's one of those decks where you can learn something if you are so inclined about a culture or something historical. So the Yokai Tarot is uh, Japanese myths. Need the and they you can read them pretty well. I mean, there's the hare and the moon in the moon card. They're not traditional RWS, but they read well enough if you know RWS, and the book gives you a lot of information about the myth that they're based on. And the color palette's really pretty, very soft, pastel-y kinds of images. So if you're interested in a deck that has this nice artwork and beautiful matte cardstock, mass market price, and some stories behind it if you want to learn something about Japanese mythology, this is a cool one to get. It's very pretty art. So that's the Yokai Tarot that I got a few months ago. Reach for the box. And again, the nice packaging. Okay, let's look at probably my three favorite decks. Reaching in this bunch. There's two kind of indie decks. One's a Kickstarter, one's I got it from Tavada Tarot, and it, I guess it's kind of mass markety, but not from traditional mass market publishers. And one is definitely a mass market deck from a different publisher than you're used to. So I'm going to start with the I Am Not a Doll tarot deck. And it is from Stray Cat Tarot Studio and Mali Publishing. Uh, it has a really nice hard box, nothing magnetic about it though. Has a nice little booklet. And the cards are fascinating because the card stock is glittery on one side. I don't know if this light can do it justice, but those little star points there are all glitter. And I'm seeing and even images in the glitter on the certificate. But they're very glittery, and you can't see that in this light, but trust me, they are. On the other hand, the fronts are matte, and I think that's a really interesting effect. The artwork, the idea I am not a doll tarot is that they're puppets, not dolls, in case you want to make that mistake. And you can tell they're puppets more so in some cards where you see the little wooden jointed legs and so on. Um, but the artwork is just so cool and so fun without being cutesy, you know, too cartoony, but clever and pretty colors on them. And even the interpretations, although it's pretty RWS, you get some variation in the interpretations that's a lot of fun. So this is one I've been having a lot of fun with. I really like this. It's just, you know, when a deck is fun to handle because of the cardstock and you like the imagery makes you smile and you can look for slightly different things in some of them. I just like the name of it. I'm not a doll tarot. So I recommend this one. Like I said, I got it from Tavada Tarot. I don't know where else it's available. But it's pretty cool. Okay, so that one, and I wish the backs would show off better because they give a real rainbow effect of colors on, but it's not working on the camera. Okay, now I'll put the names of all of these down below so you can search them out. Two more. One you've seen on other channels. I have. It kind of came out a month ago and has been making the rounds. The Time Tarot by Taromania. Really nice hardcover magnetic box. The cardstock is very nice. It always is from Taromania. Uh, the two things I'll say about the cardstock is they're glossy. It's not my favorite, but in this case, I think the artist has chosen to do that to get the pops of color that this art needs. And they are shiny gold gilded. And I'm not crazy about that. Even now you can see some chipping here. So I much prefer matte gilding on a deck. But uh, this is the backs, and the artwork is stunning. It's really great. And it all involves time because the time tarot. So you'll see lots of clocks. I love this Eight of Wands, these people rushing up to climb up these poles instead of 8 sticks flying through the air. And the different suits have like this is wands as pendulums, and so they have different things connected with clock imagery, but very Baroque art style. One thing I really like about this deck is that the titles are very large and clear. And again, shiny, but yeah, so this is an absolutely beautiful deck, beautiful artwork by the creator of the Madhouse Tarot, which has always intrigued me. I've never gotten it because it's a little spooky. It's in a mental asylum, and I've seen too many scary movies of that. But, and then the Venetian Tarot, which I do have, and it's gorgeous. So this was a Kickstarter. I'm betting you can probably still get the deck from Taromania. I like the cups or hourglasses. Very beautiful deck. Okay, the last one is a mass market deck. Because you're looking at some of these and saying, I can't afford Baba Studios and Tarot Mania. They are pricey and they come from other countries, and I'm in America, and now we've got tariffs. I'm not sure how they're going to affect small purchases, but we're at the mercy of idiocy. Uh, so this is the first aid for Broken Hearts Tarot, and it is from Secret Scribe Publishing, which I've never heard of, but it's a mass market deck. You can get it on Amazon or wherever you get your mass market decks. It is a magnetic closure, and there's your message. It's more of an oracle size deck, just too bad for me because I have small hands. Has a decent little color guidebook. Beautiful matte cardstock, kind of a silky matte without being super rose petal. Um, Good quality. These are the backs. And the deck has really pretty matte gilding. So the artwork is so much fun, so intriguing, not RWS at all. Um, Very surrealistic. Reminds me of Rene Magritte artwork. And at the bottom of each card is the name, but also a little description of the meaning of the card. Um, the Hanged Man says, life on hold, tap into new perspective. So, but look at him. He's so uniquely hanging from that tree. Just adds sort of a new dimension to discuss for the card. Four of Wands. The Hermit. I love the Hermit with a lighthouse in the mind. And I think of a lighthouse as someplace to get away to be alone. So, just really interesting art, interesting perspective on the whole thing. And it is color coded on the bottom for the suit that you're looking at. Um, so swords, are lavender sort of color, and wands are yellow, etc., etc. And for some people, that's really cool. I like it as a feature. I don't demand it. So that is the First Aid for Broken Hearts Tarot by Nonara, Mass Market. Really cool deck. I like it. So those are some of the decks I've been getting recently. Do you have any? Do you like them? Did they appeal to you in what I showed you? Anybody going to get some of them? Let me know. I've been away for a while. I need conversation. So I hope you guys are all doing well and take care. And I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.